noticed a big reduction in the amount of people getting sick, but it still happens. Use the privies; it'll help us all out. If you don't make it to a privy, what do y'all do?
Dig a hole.
How deep?
I don't know the actual depth. Yeah,
About that deep.
Yeah,
somewhere in the 6 to 8 inches range is really good. And we want you to try to do that about 200 feet off trail, which is like 70 to 80 paces away from the trail, away from the water source, away from the campsites. Do y'all have a trowel with you to dig that hole?
No, we didn't bring one.
Dang.
You can get by using sticks and rocks and boots and stuff like that. It's not as easy. You might decide that you want to pick one up when you pass a shop on the trail, but as long as you get it basically 6 to 8 inches deep from the tip of the finger to base of the palm, that'll get the job done. You just want to make sure you do that at least 200 feet away from the water sources, trail, and campsites. That way we're not getting everyone sick, right?
Yeah.
Out here in Appalachia, human waste and toilet paper will break down in those holes. So if you want to put your TP in there, that's totally cool. But wet wipes and tampons and all sorts of other sanitary products, they just don't break down out there. So if you have anything like that, just make sure you pack it all out. And we've got Ziplocs back here, so we're happy to donate those to you so you can actually pack them out easily instead of leaving them for us to pack out.
Brought some with me. Check.
Perfect.
Already on it.
Awesome. What other kind of waste might you have out there? What else might you have to get rid of?
Just regular trash from food, really, is it?
Yeah. So the wrappers, we all know that doesn't belong out there. Pack it out. If you want to help out and do a little bit of extra cleanup as you're hiking along, that's always appreciated. I mean, this is going to be your home for the next month. Might as well take care of it, right?
Yeah.
But then besides that, the food that's actually in there, if you can't fit it down here in your belly, also pack that out. People used to advise that you just toss it in the fire pit and burn it. I made that mistake. That just calls all the bears over. They smell that stuff cooking, they come over looking for it. And the residue stays in the fire pit, so they're going to get a reward and they're going to come back again. Apple cores, banana peels, orange peels, you toss that stuff in the woods. Again, we got 4,000 hikers out there. The bears are learning from all that stuff we toss out there that our food in our packs is better than the food they have, and they're going to keep on demanding that from you if we keep leaving it for them. So pack it all out. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple stuff. And then do you all have like a strategy for doing your dishes out there?
We really don't have dishes. We just have forks and silverware.
Okay.
Yeah, just rinse it off.
Yeah.
Obviously not near the shelter and everything because it's the scent.
Yep. And don't do it near the water source either for a couple reasons. The bears will go to the water source, but then besides that, that's where everyone else gets their water. So if you got any germs in you, now everyone else gets those germs too. What I do to do my dishes out there, I take a little water from my water bottle, pour it in the cook pot, scrape down the sides, swirl it around, down the hatch it goes. It's just whatever you had for dinner plus some water. Gets the job done. Does that work for y'all, or do y'all want another technique that doesn't involve you drinking the gray water?
No, that's fine, because we've only got packaged food anyway.
Cool. Yeah, it's minimal stuff you got to do. I like that strategy because it's lowest impact and it's also least effort because you don't have to like go up and go searching for stuff. You just stay sitting right where you are.
Yeah.
And the whole reason that that's a big concern is, like I was saying, the bears keep on coming looking for this stuff. So food storage is another big concern for us out there. Y'all aren't carrying a hard-side bear canister by any chance, are you?
No, I was wondering if we need that. Like, how prevalent are bears? I know there's black
They're
bears.
pretty prevalent. It depends on the part of the trail and all that, but I've seen tons of them out there. Other people tell me they never see them, but I guess it's a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
We recommend the bear canisters mostly because they're easy to use. It's kind of error-proof. You just put it away from where you're sleeping and the job is done. But you don't actually need to have one anywhere except for a 5-mile stretch. That's about mile 26 to mile 31 of the trail, from Girard Gap to Neal Gap.
Okay.
It's a 5-mile stretch, so as long as you pay attention to where you are and you don't sleep in that stretch, you're okay.
Okay.
You won't get a fine at least. You still got to be careful and store your food away from where you're sleeping every night real carefully.
Maybe you won't get a fine.
Well, in that 5-mile stretch, they'll issue a fine if you're camping there without the canister.
Oh, well, okay.
I gotcha. Is it because there are more bears there?
They're food aggressive too, because over the years, people have been leaving trash out there, and the bears learn to go out there looking for that stuff.
And this is between where?
Girard Gap and Neal Gap.
Girard.
It's mile 26 to mile 31. There'll be some signs out there.
Nice, okay.
And we're supposed to have a bear can?
If you're sleeping in that area.
Gotcha.
For the rest of the trail, you aren't required to have a bear canister, but we still want to make sure that we're storing our food, our trash, and anything with a smell to it away from where we're camping. Do you all know how to hang a food bag?
I've always just tied a water bottle to a string, thrown it over a branch, and then pull it up, tie it off.
So the bears actually learned that technique.
Really?
There's something different that we recommend where instead of tying it off to a tree, yeah, I mean, they watch us, they see what we do.
Yeah.
Instead of tying it to a tree, you know, we tie it to the tree and then we go in the morning, we grab our breakfast by untying that knot. The bears know that that knot's the weak spot, so now they go slashing at that.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to show you something else that works really good. This is what we've started to do now. So, you got to find a nice tall branch to toss your line over. You want to get your food 10, 12 feet up off the ground. You also want it to be at least 5 or 6 feet out from the trunk of the tree. That way the bear doesn't just, reach out and grab it.
Yeah.
If you want to get your food about 10, 12 feet off the ground, you should be hanging it from a branch at least 20 to 25 feet off the ground. So aim for a nice tall branch. Again, like you said, a little weight on the end of the line will get the job done. I'm going to go ahead and use a 50-foot cord. This isn't 50 feet, but it's just a little demo indoors. Let's go ahead and lay that all out. All right.
I'm excited now.
Really?
Oh my gosh, I'm so ready to
This is going to be some fun
This is
stuff.
our third attempt trying to get out onto the trail and we've not made it yet.
It can always be tough. We always got all these other things going on in the real world. So we'll go ahead and pretend that this doorknob is a nice limb sticking out. It's 25 feet up, at least long enough that we can get it out 6 feet. Like you said, you toss your weighted end, your water bottle or your rock bag over the branch. And I recommend you do that first thing when you get to camp, before you set up your tent, before you cook your dinner. That way you're not struggling to find a branch and toss a line over it when it's dark out already.
Oh yeah.
So once that's up there, you're going to go ahead and set up your camp and cook your dinner, eat your dinner, do your dishes, brush your teeth, whatever you got to do. You're going to gather all your food and all your trash, because that trash still smells like food too.
Especially if you bring a lot of tuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had that problem in the past. You're going to get your soap, your sunscreen, wet wipes, lip balm, anything you have with a smell to it. Your smokes. I've had hikers tell me that mice are chewing through their packs to get their cigarette butts. Yeah.
Really?
I have a lot of things that have scents.
Yeah.
If it's got a scent, hang it up. Just play it safe.
I'm gonna need one of those buckets.
That's what I'm talking
All of
about,
my
the hard-sided
scented
canisters.
things.
And these things are great because if you have something like that, you just put it like 200 feet away from where you're sleeping, you set it on the ground. Try to put it somewhere where the bear's not going to like play soccer with it and knock it into a stream or off a cliff, but just set it away from camp, and they can't open those things. Those things are bear proof. So check it out. So with the technique you were talking about, you were just hoisting it up and like tying it off, right?
Yeah.
The bears slash that line, they get the food. But what you can do instead, take the free end of the cord and pass it through the carabiner. Doesn't have to have any knots, any loops. And then you're going to go ahead and pull that to the very top of the tree. About 20, 25 feet up, like we were saying, right?
Yeah.
Once it's all the way up there, it's way up above your head, you're going to reach as high as you can on the cord, and you're going to tie a stick on that cord. Use whatever kind of knot you want.
So it catches on the carabiner up at the top.
Yep.
Dang, that's smart.
That's smart.
Yeah. And if you're using a tree limb that's like 20, 25 feet up, this will come down a few feet so that the bear can't just reach down from the limb if he climbs on the limb, but it'll still be 10, 12 feet up off the ground, so they can't reach it from the floor. The great thing about this is if the bear wants to chew through this at night, it's not going to bring the food down. But when you want to get the food down, you can get a good grip on the cord, something the bears can't do. Pull that stick back down to where you can reach it, and when you remove the stick, you can get your food back nice and easy. And pretty simple. Pretty simple. Just free end of the cord through the carabiner, pull it all the way to the top of like a 20, 25 foot tall branch, tie the stick across the line, use whatever knot you like. If you don't know a good knot, just wrap the cord around the stick over and over until it stays.
Not a master.
You are a master of nuts.
Piece of cake.
That's cool.
So